in 2015, it was like the sky was crying. Like, I got the hot chocolate weather, I got that. Like Nirvana, the sadness and the suicide makes sense. But yeah, here's the thing, like, I'm gonna have him back here, finally after like years, because if you can imagine, I didn't eat teriyaki here. Right? It's weird, right? Like, I just somehow avoided teriyaki, so that was on my list of things to do, and also get meth in Tacoma. So as I just noticed now, Tacoma got real nice. And I'm seeing rainbow flags everywhere. It's like, oh, it's just weed now. There's no more meth. To Compton, you have failed me. Hey, gay gentrification or something. I don't know. It's both a positive and negative right here. So there you go. But good job, guys. You pulled it off. Good job. Oh my gosh. But here's the thing. I know what you guys are thinking as you're seeing this. I didn't realize they build Asians this big. Don't be scared. Right. I was born in LA originally, right? So what you're seeing is a combination between tacos, StarCraft, and child abuse. That's how you get 5'11" worth of meat popsicle at this point. And I feel like this is a safe room. So who thinks Panda's my real name? Raise your hand. None of you guys? Anybody? Okay. I preach none of you guys are racist. That's like the first time ever I've ever seen in the Seattle area, or the counter. Good job. Look, Panda's not my real name. Like, my real name is Brian, among other expletives. Just depends on how much drink my family's had that evening. And here's the thing, right? I'm not Chinese. What kind of Asian do you think I am? No, I'm not a jungle Asian. I'm Korean. I'm better. Right? There are no pandas in Korea, guys. Like, the only time China sends pandas to Korea is to feed North Koreans, right? Like, that's... Look, the calories have to come from somewhere. And here's the kicker too. Kim Jong-un lost weight during lockdown, like 30 pounds. That's impressive. What were you people doing? Baking sourdough bread? Crying in your room? I guess that's an accomplishment. Look, I'm trying to slim down too, but holy shit, I didn't realize the big dick energy is not what we needed. It's big dictator energy. That's... I gotta reassess my life and come correct. God damn. But yeah, I am from LA. It's fun thinking about I'm reflecting more on my family and whatnot, and it's odd. Like, looking back at my past, I'm realizing I'm like a very terrible Asian. Because you have to imagine this portrait. Like, all the guys on my dad's side of the family, the brothers, they all have artistic hobbies, but they're entrepreneurs in their own right, like running their own small businesses. And every single one of the male cousins are all getting paid to do art. Like, I'm getting paid to make video game art. One of my cousins is a trumpeter in Paris. Another one is like a choral teacher at a Korean university. Like, we are becoming the worst Asians progressively. I think the next iteration is just gonna be like, I don't know, homeless people. Hell, I have one uncle already. He's fucked off to Brazil to become a beach bum. To sell Korean fried chicken to Brazilians. At least, it's like, how much fatter can they get? Okay, and my dad's a funny character too. You have to imagine. My father loves Mexicans in the same way he loves his children. Like, my father will, like, hang out with his Mexican friends, he'll go to their quinceañeras, he will share food with them back and forth. Like, my father is actually learning Spanish off of flashcards. Right? Very impressive at his age. And like, two, he goes to Tijuana twice a month for non-sexual purposes. Like, clean dick! Clean dick! And like, look, on his iPhone, he will show me all the little children at the orphanage that he volunteers with, and none of them are his. Like, that's impressive. Like, disciplined man. But holy shit, you will never catch my dad dead-ass saying with his mouth, I love Mexican people. What he will do is come a plate of fruit and then slip it by to them. Treats them just like kids. Like, the words of affirmation is in my father's language. That's not a love language of his. He just kind of does acts of service. I'm just revealing more Asian trauma you guys got. There's gonna be more of this shit coming out. So my father married my mom, and here's the thing, my mom is not a traditional Thailand mom. You're gonna hear plenty of stories today probably. Like, here's the thing, my mom has stabbed me before, right? That's a normal thing, right? To be fair, she's a dialysis nurse, so her job is literally to find new holes in somebody. Apparently my dad wasn't the only one who's good at that, right? Penis joke, it's great. No, she's a dialysis nurse down at the Long Beach VA hospital, so her job is to take care of veterans. So my imagination tells me the best part of her day, she walks into a patient's room, this old white guy turns around in his bed and looks at her and says, didn't I shoot you in Nam? My mom walks up, looks him in the eyes and says, No, you missed. Stab. To start dialysis. To start the cleanest kidneys. Lord knows what that man has drank to run the PTSD away, right? I think that's the solution still these days. Alcoholism. Gosh. I mean, and LA is a weird place too, growing up there. It's a very, like, my sense of racism in this country is just weird and terrible and, like, really maladjusted. Like, I remember growing up as a kid that, well, no, even an adult right now, like, I have so many Midwestern friends coming out to LA and be like, oh my gosh, Panda, the homelessness problem, it's so bad. It's like, you're everywhere and it's terrible, it's making me cry, how do you deal with it? And I just look Stacy in the eye and I'm like, Stacy, the homelessness problem is only a problem if you remember their names. Dehumanization is the solution. Get with the program. Gosh. Right, don't look them in the eye when you pull up off the off-ramp. Just don't look them in the eye. Don't acknowledge them. That's all you gotta do. It's simple math, right? Say that as an Asian, so granted. No, but it's also weird. I remember growing up as a kid, like, even as a grade schooler, like, people come with me like, oh my gosh, Panda, heard all you Asians want to be lawyers and doctors. Yeah, Stephanie, we don't want to be poor, you liberal arts degree fuck. I don't know about you, I thought the memo was get the bag, right? That was beaten into me literally. Like, you're supposed to earn money, child. Like, get to it. Oh my gosh, Panda. Your lunch smells funny. Yeah, Brett, it's called fucking seasoning. What the fuck? You can't just salt and pepper Spam. Like, you gotta use, like, I don't know, like, red chili's like something. Fucking, even maple syrup, come on. Oh my gosh, Panda, I heard all you Koreans eat dog. I know. My grandma made it for me last week. She fucking seasoned it. You're supposed to use sesame oil. It's not hard. It tastes fucking great. Come on. How many times do I have to repeat myself? My high school is especially weird. You have to imagine, like, it's not unique, obviously, to King County and Washington, but, like, our high school is mostly Asians, right? So, in my class of 150 students, there is, besides, like, Asians, including the Pakistanis and the Indians, because they're not that racist. All right, thanks, Nishi. Two white guys, 6 Latinos, and, like, one actually Eritrean from Africa girl. Like, we were not cool enough to have a black nerd. That's how the math worked out. And like any other high school, right, there's culture clubs, right? There's the Chinese club that do wushu performances a couple times during the year. The Korean club, you know, listen to K-pop during lunch. There's the anime club. To be fair, I think the only reason why we do Japanese anything at that age is to see anime titties, right? That's 40 teenagers, then. But let's remember, guys, there's a minority at this school, the 2 white guys, right? Surrounded by a bunch of Asians, so they thought to themselves, hey, we're a minority. We should start a minority culture club. Let's start a white pride club. I know what it sounds like, I know, but here's the thing. My high school was not like a worldly smart high school. So like, a grand wizard does not sound like an imminent white supremacist threat. What it does sound like is a dope-ass Dungeons & Dragons subclass. I rolled that shit too, right? Like, let me specialize into that shit. Fuck. How many spells? 5 level 5s? Yeah, exactly. I'm literally playing a sorcerer right now in my D&D campaign. I'm going for that. Gosh, and like, we got all fucking so excited. All the fucking minority kids at this school were like, let's fucking do it! Not racist white pride club, what's this gonna look like? Gosh, they were so fucking successful. They got our Taiwanese physics teacher as a faculty sponsor. Like, this is a really diverse Caucasian persuasion thing going on. But we went one obstacle. Our principal. Principal's a white lady from Arkansas. So to her, a grand wizard is not a D&D thing. It's her uncle from back home. I know, right? We couldn't have known that shit. She brings the 2 white guys into her office, sits them down, and is like, boys, I understand you're not racist, but the optics on this just don't look good. 86 the whole thing. No more white pride club. You don't get to know what a not racist white pride club gets to look like anymore. Like, fuck! Like, I'm 30, I'm still thinking about this shit. Like, what would we have done if we accomplished this, right? Lunchtime, do we bring our lunch together to listen to Nickelback albums? Yeah, okay, Coldplay, fine. Right, different all along. After school, we probably would have watched Outlander, Braveheart, right? 2-for-1 special. Hey, if we had a community service project, what would that look like? Fucking the Mexicans building a Europeans doing middle management and the Indians doing catering? The world will never know, unfortunately. I'm sad. All right, I don't want to make this many more racist than it needs to be. Can I give you guys my favorite dad joke? Okay. This is near and dear to my heart. If you can believe it, I grew up not liking dogs. Just was very scared every time I saw them, like the flight or fight response. I couldn't tell for the longest time. It wasn't until I visited Korea when I was 12 that I realized that my dad was cooking them wrong. You have to use sesame oil. This is the third time I said this to you guys. Season the shit out of your food. God damn. Okay. Anyways, thanks for Panda. Tacoma, it was fantastic seeing you fuckers. I do have an OnlyFans at OnlyFans.